Inside this box is the next up and coming trend for sneakers, and it's crazy because it came out of nowhere, and honestly I can see why a lot of people aren't hip to it yet. But in this video I'm gonna cover why y'all need to hop on this trend right now, because these are gonna be selling out very quick, and they're actually already selling out. When I first found out about these, I would always see sites being restock and sold out of this shoe, and I never really paid too much mind to it because there was no real resale value, but the demand was there. I had a recent client ask me what Asics did I have in hand, and one of my reseller buddies, he pointed me in the right direction. He had a couple of shoes, and this was one of them. So I'm thinking I could just go to the store, any store literally in the mall, and find this pair, because I thought it was just a regular pair of Asics. But little did I know that this is going to be the next trend, and everybody's already on it. When I went to the store, I went to a Finish Line in my area, one of the biggest actually in my area, and they literally only had 2 sizes left. I thought I was just going to be able to grab the size. They didn't even have her size. So luckily he was able to size swap me, but they only had 2 sizes. No other stores in a 50-mile radius had this shoe, and they couldn't even order it. So we're going to go straight into the unboxing, man, because I really want y'all to see what it looks like. Because when I saw what it looks like, I was surprised that it has this much hype, but literally the demand is there. The sales were crazy. They were kind of showing me and telling me a little bit of their sales report on these, and it's honestly just crazy. So without further ado, let's get straight into it, man. So starting off with the box, as y'all can see, this big A logo, that's Asics. You know, usually a lot of people don't be talking about this type of shoe, and that's literally because nobody wanted this shoe literally a couple of months ago. Years ago, you always made fun of people with these shoes. These shoes were literally only for like if you're just trying to like run all day long, or your feet just have super pain in them, this is the shoe for you. Like literally just probably for elderly people. But now it's the front runner for our new fashion trend. So that's kind of crazy how things try. But I kind of have a reasoning why this is going to be trending. So let's just get straight into it. Over here you see the orthothio. That's basically going to be the sole, and it tells you kind of all of the statistics in the sole. And like I said, Asics is literally only known for their performance. That's the only thing that they really cared about, because their demographic has always kind of been like just elderly people, or just people like strictly focused on performance or comfort. You know, even probably beating like New Balance in that regards of comfort and performance wise. So it's actually really crazy. Now getting into the sizing chart, I know I had a lot of people commenting on the other videos asking about the sizing difference when it comes to US, women's, and UK. So the same thing, how we kind of convert our like grade school to women's or men's to women's. You usually add 1.5 or 2 depending on like your foot and the shoe and everything. It's going to be the same exact thing with the US and UK. So this is a women's sizing shoe. So this is a women's 7 in the US, but as you can see on the UK, it is a women's 5. So it's the same conversion. And these also run true to size, if you were actually wondering. So just get your true size in this, because like I said, the comfort is going to be insane, and you're not going to have to worry about any type of fitting problems or anything like that. So this is a Gel-1130 if you're very curious. And then the color code is 1202A164-113. If you want to go ahead and type that in to Google, you can find a couple of sites that have them still available. Honestly, it was probably only when I looked it up, because like I said, I went to the store, my customer already asked for it, and I told them like I got it because I'm thinking the store already had it, and it was literally sold out everywhere. There was probably only one website that still had some sizes available. And it was in New York, but you can get it shipped. But like I said, these shoes, they started to they'll restock and sell out, But you know, with more people catching on to the hype, you might not get that chance to catch a restock. So just make sure you're on top of it. And the best thing about this is the retail is only $95. So when I saw the resale on it, quote unquote, it was only around like maybe $130 to $160, but I'm thinking that was retail. No, the retail is $95, so you can actually score these for cheap. I have to do a size swap on these, or I would have showed you guys the receipt. I got these at Finish Line, was able to use my $20 status reward, so I was able to get it for maybe like $81 after tax. But all that yapping, we can unbox the shoe. So here we have it, man. Let me know what y'all think about these right now. Is this cool? Is this hype? Is this the next wave? Me personally, I'm gonna tell y'all my feelings on it in a minute, but I'm gonna bring out the other shoe. As you can see, they have like a little paper cardboard hang tag, pretty different from the Nike, Jordan, Adidas, etc., etc. There's no extra laces, just regular standard shoe paper. Like I said, Asic is literally just known for performance, so you're just gonna get the bare minimum, honestly. But let's focus on the shoe now. So as you can see, when I first saw it, I didn't really even see this, and I don't know if you can see it in the camera as right now. I'm gonna probably put up a little bit closer, but right here where the shoelaces are coming through, you can kind of see that hint of purple slash like it's like giving like a translucent look. It's also down here at the bottom where the shoelaces go through, and also on the end of the toe, and you can see it right here on the heel tab as well. So I really like these because one thing that a lot of people go crazy for, especially the women, and shout out to the women, because what I've started to notice with shoes is when the women are the first ones to find out about these like new trends, or they're the one that starts making these shoes trend, those shoes really trend and get hype and get really popular. So like I said, bro, if you want these, hop on them now, because I can't guarantee that the resale or just them be able to be in certain stores will be like that for long. Same thing y'all saw with the New Balance. Y'all saw how the hype came really fast. But a lot of things that the women do like is that they love those neutral colors. So like white, gray, you know what I'm saying, maybe a cream. They love those. So this also gives that very like neutral look, but it also, you have that hint of purple and translucency on the sides and on the bottom and the back. So maybe if she wants to like match with her accessories, or you know what I'm saying, have like a little bit of purple on the fit, and it, you know what I'm saying, just it hints off on the shoe really well. So I think that's why this shoe is also gonna go crazy. Now me personally, honestly, I still think that this looks just like a regular Asic. Performance wise, it's always going to be good. As you can see, it's covered in the wetted mesh all around the side, so you're not going to have to worry about it really getting dirty. It's going to feel comfortable. Right here, this material is going to feel very soft on your foot. Your foot's not really going to be sweating. So this material right here, it gives your foot a lot of breathing room. So that's really good. I do like when shoes do that. But again, you only get those in really performance shoes. But like I said, this is a performance shoe. It just so happens to get caught in the hype train. So the hints of purple is what is gonna make this go crazy, because there was another Asic. Now I'm not too I don't know how accurate I am, but I don't know if that was the same model as this one. But that retail, it was an all silver like monochrome one, but the retail was $150. So that one was a little bit different. But like I said, all of those like neutral and just plain colorways, those are the ones that people are going to go crazy for, and that really helps in that hype train and what women like. And also another thing, I think that's just the trend of how our fashion is going nowadays. You see a lot of people gravitating towards like more cozy and calm fits, a lot of like workout fits. A lot of people are going out to the gym more. These are very versatile when it comes to going to the gym and going outside. Like I said, I feel like a lot of people are going to gravitate towards this because these just happen to follow in the trend that we're going in nowadays. Like you said, or like I said, a lot of the New Balances, a lot of the Sauconys, all of them are getting, they were essentially made for just straight performance, straight comfortability, and now fashion has taken that turn and made us focus on comfort, you know, because at the end of the day, man, I love my Jordan 4s, but after an hour of wearing them, I can't wear them anymore. So me personally, I don't think it's nothing to be going crazy over. I probably won't, as of right now, I won't fall into the hype just because I haven't seen any colorways that I really gravitated towards. And I feel like if I'm just gonna get a plain colorway, something similar like this, but like in a men's version, I think as of right now, I think New Balance has the better options for that. But Asics is definitely on the up and coming, and with retail being significantly cheaper, $95 compared to a New Balance's $160, I feel like a lot of people will also see this be a trend and be able to afford it and hop on, which essentially makes them more popular, with more people buying them, more people selling them out, right? So, but that's also another thing why I thought that it was weird that these are catching a lot of hype, because I made a video before and I said that Asics has the potential to get the same amount of attention that New Balance did. However, they don't have they haven't had a collab, or they haven't had an influencer to back them up. And as of recently, Asics had 2 collabs, but I don't really think those collabs were the perfect fit for what they're trying to do. Nor do I really think it's the direction they wanted to do. I think it was just something random and fun. They had the gallery department Asics collab, but again, not a lot of people can afford gallery, and they have the gallery department retail, and it's kind of, you know, if you don't like gallery, you're not gonna like the Asics, because it's literally a random Asic with paint splatter for $300 retail. You know what I mean? And then it was very limited. It was almost a Complex Con exclusive, with maybe one or like a handful of stores around the U.S. getting maybe like. My store in my city only got 18 pairs, and they get everything in abundance, and they only got 18 pairs. So I can only imagine what other stores got, right? And then there was the other collab, was the Kenzo and Asics collab. I thought it was a pretty good collab. It had a decent colorway. It was 3 of them, and I was really a big fan of one of the other colorways. I sent it to my partner. She liked one of the other colorways. So I was like, oh, well, maybe people will like it. Turns to find out the retail was also expensive. I think maybe in the 200 or 300. I forgot the exact amount, but that's not a good way to market. But even though they do collabs and just their regular day-to-day sales, it doesn't really correlate. But in the sneaker world, for us, it kind of does. So they don't really have those intentions when making those type of collabs, so it's not technically their fault. It's just really surprising how that they didn't have a collab and they're already catching hype, because I feel like every previous trend, well, I guess I'll take that back, because the Pandas, they had their trend, but I feel like that was just a quarantine shoe. You know, it's 2020, everybody wanted it. It was something new, right? But that's it for the Asics, man. Let me know if you think that this shoe deserves, or the brand in general, this type of model, this type of aesthetic, this theme. Do you think it's worth the hype that it's about to get? Do you think it'll be the next best thing, or do you think I'm just over exaggerating? Because these are limited, the sales are flying out of everywhere, and they're just crazy, man. So let me know down in the comments down below, and with that being said, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.